Today I'm going to show you how you can book Calendly appointments from a Retell AI voice agent. This is something that I haven't seen very much online, so if you're interested in booking Calendly appointments using Retell AI, watch this video. So first off, why do we even care about using Calendly? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, having used lots of different calendars and different CRMs, Calendly is very good because the appointment reminders and the emails, the confirmation texts are all very high quality, meaning that they don't go to spam. If you use something like GoHighLevel's automations for appointment reminders, whether that be email or SMS, a lot of those end up going to spam. But on the other hand, Calendly never goes to spam. They have a very reliable email automation and SMS automation setup. So if you want to use Calendly, I'm going to walk you through some of the basic steps you need to follow. Okay, so right now on screen, what you're seeing is an end-to-end automation that I'm using to power my Retell AI. And right here, you can see I have a book appointment workflow. And there's 3 nodes here. First off is the webhook. So this is how we actually receive the request from Retell AI. Then I have a OpenAI node here where I am translating the natural language time expression that the person gives on the phone call, and we're converting that into an ISO standardized format. So what I mean by that is when somebody says something like, I want my appointment tomorrow at 2 p.m., I call that a natural language time expression. But computers don't understand that very well. So we want the standardized ISO format. So this node here, what it does is it converts that natural language expression into an ISO format. And you can see my prompt here, it's very simple. It says, your job is to receive a natural language time expression and convert that to ISO format, right? So that's what that does. And then that feeds into this HTTP request, which goes to Calendly. And this is how we actually book the appointment with Calendly. And as you can see here, this is my Retell workflow. I've just set it up to be super simple for the purpose of this video. It starts out by asking, hey, what time do you want your appointment at? And then it does the function call, which goes to my N8N workflow and actually books the appointment. So today, I'm just gonna show you the setup of this part of the actual appointment booking. So I'm gonna delete this and show you how to set this up. Okay, so in your Retell, you can add an initial node that says, what time do you want your appointment at? And then you set the transition case to be the user provides a time. So they say like, okay, tomorrow at 2 p.m. And now what you want to do is you want to add a function call. Now you can say, I already made it, but I'm going to delete it because I want you guys to learn how to do it. So it's going to say, select a function, and I'm going to hit add. And we're not going to use this cal.com stuff, obviously, because we want to use Calendly. So we're going to do a custom function. Now I'm going to call this book appointment. And the most important part here is the API endpoint. So because we're using N8N, we're going to grab our webhook. And here where it says production URL, we're going to copy this because this is the URL that Retell is going to send its data to. So that we copy that in. And then the next most important part is the parameters. I'm going to choose form. I'm going to add a new parameter. I'm going to call it time. And I'm going to say that this is the time provided by the user for their appointment. Okay. So essentially what this does is when the person says a natural language time expression, like next Monday at 11 a.m., that entire sentence is going to get sent over to N8N through this function call. So this little variable you see that says time, it's literally just copying that sentence. Next Monday at 11 a.m., that verbatim sentence is getting copied over into N8N. Now last thing, I'm going to put description here. I'm going to say that book appointment based on the provided time from the user, and I'm going to save this. Okay, now I'm going to connect this node. I'm going to add a little transition condition which says appointment was booked. So if it was booked successfully, we can just end the call. Okay, now in order to test this, I'm going to go over to test agent. Let's make a new chat, and it's asking me what time do I want my appointment at. I'm going to say next Monday at 11 a.m. Now that exact sentence should be sent over to my N8N automation. So I'm going to check over here, go to my executions, and we can see here 12:25, that's the current time. I'm going to see if this worked. So if you look here, hopefully you can see this. It says time expression next Monday at 11 a.m. So I was able to successfully send over that sentence to my N8N automation. And then what this node does is it converts that natural language sentence into an ISO 8601 timestamp, which is right here. And then that is what I feed into this HTTP request that goes to my Calendly. Okay, so the key concept here, guys, is that we have this OpenAI node that is converting that natural language expression into an ISO 8601 format, which can then be received by the Calendly request. So that is the high-level overview. This is really an important module that a lot of people can't really figure out because a lot of people figure out, okay, I can make the request to my calendar, but the time zone's often wrong, or it's like it doesn't convert it correctly. The trick to get this to work is to have this node that converts the natural language time expression into the ISO 8601. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. There's a lot more to this. For example, how do you actually set up the request to Calendly? If you want me to make a tutorial on that part, just put a comment below. But in the meantime, thank you for watching and have a good one.